Chapter 1. The sentence. A sentence is a group of words that gives complete meaning or makes complete sense. Any group of words cannot be called a sentence. Read the following groups of words. At evening last we a meal hearty. Did score exam he in Welda. I everywhere searched for books my lost. Strict the of warden this hostel is a lady. These groups do not make any sense. Let us rewrite them as follows. We ate a hearty meal last evening. Did he score well in the exam? I searched for my lost books everywhere. The warden of this hostel is a strict lady. Now, the above groups of words are making complete sense. Therefore, a group of words arranged in a proper order to make complete sense is called a sentence. The phrase. A phrase is also a group of words but they do not have complete meaning or sense. Examples. An interesting fact. My best friend. At the railway station. A brave lady. After the result. A group of words that make some sense but not complete sense is called a phrase. Note that just any group of words cannot be described as a phrase. A phrase must have some sense. Examples. Played a cricket not a phrase. A melodious song phrase. We can change a phrase into a sentence by adding some words to it. My mother told me an interesting fact. I saw a big crowd at the railway station. Joan of Arc was a brave lady. In the above sentences, encircled words are verbs. In fact, the verb is an integral part of a sentence. Parts of a sentence. A sentence is divided into two parts, subject and predicate. While forming a sentence, we name a person or thing and then say something about that person or thing. The person or thing named is called the subject of the sentence and what we say about the person or thing is called the predicate. Look at these sentences. Priya upon S dance upon P. Rafi upon S sings beautifully. Upon P. Upon S sailed in a boat. Upon P. The cat upon S is looking at the rat upon P. My father upon S was reading a newspaper. Upon P. The policeman upon S took long to reach the spot. Upon P. In each of the sentences above, subject and predicate are shown by underlining the words. In a sentence, the subject usually comes first and is followed by the predicate. Sometimes, however, it may be placed after the predicate. This is often used in literary poetic expressions. Examples. Around the garden ran upon P the naughty children. Upon S. Silently flowed upon P the river. S. Imperative sentences express an order or request. In such sentences, the subject is always you, which is understood and not stated. Examples. Open the door. You open the door. Never talk to strangers. You should never talk to strangers. Kinds of sentences. Sentences can be classified as follows. Declarative or assertive sentences, imperative sentences, advice, command, request. Interrogative sentences, question. Exclamatory sentences, exclamation. Declarative or assertive sentences. Sentences that declare or state something are called declarative or assertive sentences. A declarative sentence makes only a statement. This may be a yes statement or an affirmative statement. It could be a no statement, also none, never, not, no one, or a negative statement. Assertive sentences are of two kinds. Assertive sentence. Affirmative or positive. Negative. The teacher gave us our report cards. A. Affirmative or positive. The teacher did not give us report cards. Negative. Examples. Father John is the principal of the school, Affirmative. I did not eat the cake. Negative. We should respect our elders. We could not get into the crowded train. Imperative sentences. Imperative sentences express a request, an advice, an order, or a command. Imperative sentences always end with a full stop or an exclamation mark. Examples. Get out of the room order. Always speak the truth advice. Do not park your car here prohibition. In imperative sentences, the subject you is understood. While making requests, please is used at the beginning of the sentence. Examples. Please switch on the fan. Please help me with this project. Interrogative sentences. Sentences that ask questions are called interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence ends with a question mark. Interrogative sentences may also be negative. Examples. Why did you turn off the music? Hasn't the train arrived yet? Forming interrogatives. To form an interrogative or a question, certain changes are made in sentences. At times, do, does, did, and which questions are also added with changes in verb. In assertive sentences, there are helping verbs, also called auxiliaries such as is, am, are, have, had, was, were, and others. To form interrogative for such sentences, the question starts with the helping verb. Examples. Preetha is eating an apple. Tilde, is Preetha eating an apple? Have 10 rupees. Tilde, have you 10 rupees? More commonly, do you have 10 rupees? There are 5 apples in the basket. Tilde, are there 5 apples in the basket? Daisy has eaten all the cake. Tilde, has Daisy eaten all the cake? Similarly, in sentences with modal auxiliaries such as can, may, will, should, and others, the question starts with the modal auxiliary. Examples. Rahil should join the coaching class. Tilde, should Rahil join the coaching class? They will call you later. Tilde, will they call you later? While forming questions from assertive sentences that do not have helping verbs, the helping verb, do, does, did, can be used to form interrogatives. Examples. Shalini sings well. Tilde, does Shalini sing well? Children play in the evening. Tilde, do children play in the evening? She left the club last month. Tilde, did she leave the club last month? In such sentences, the helping verb changes according to person, number or tense while the main verb remains in its base form. Examples. This machine makes coffee. Tilde, does this machine make coffee? They watch a movie every Saturday. Tilde, do they watch a movie every Saturday? Mr. Rao went to the market. Tilde, did Mr. Rao go to the market? Which questions begin with what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, and how? These questions help us to gather particular information. Examples. What is your name? When are you going? Where are you going? Who is that person? Whom are you talking to? Which is your cupboard? Whose portion are they eating? Why are you shouting? How have they come here? Exclamatory sentences. Sentences that express strong feelings are called exclamatory sentences. An exclamation mark is used at the end of an exclamatory sentence or accordingly. Examples. Hurrah! India has won the match. Joy! Alas! The king's palace was burnt in fire. Sorrow! What a horrible scene! Horror! Beware! He is going to hit you. Warning! Oh dear, you are hurt. Concern! What a pleasant surprise. Surprise! Question tags. A question tag is a short question which is added to the end of a statement. Question tags are often used for seeking agreement or confirmation or checking information. A question tag is a short question placed at the end of a statement, usually in informal English. It usually consists of an auxiliary verb such as is, are, will, can and others followed by a subject pronoun he, she, they, you and others. Some of the important rules for forming question tags are as follows. Example: we are proud of our nation, aren't we? Statement: we are proud of our nation. Question tag: aren't we? If the statement is negative, the question tag is positive. Example: you haven't watched that movie, have you? Statement: you haven't watched that movie. Question tag: have you? The tense remains the same. The question tag has the same tense as that of the main sentence. Examples: Ira is a doctor, isn't she? Yesterday was so much fun, wasn't it? The verb in the question tag should match the verb in the statement. Example: students have made a beautiful science model, haven't they? Statement: students have made a beautiful science model. Question tag: haven't they? If the main sentence has an auxiliary verb, the auxiliary verb is repeated in the question tag. Example: we are proud of her, aren't we? The auxiliary verb are is repeated as aren't we in the sentence. If the main sentence doesn't have any auxiliary verb, we use do, does, did in the question tag. Examples: you know what happened there, don't you? know auxiliary verb in the main sentence. She won their trust, didn't she? No auxiliary verb in the main sentence. When the subject is I, we typically use aren't I in the question tag. Example: I'm always on time, aren't I? Statement: I'm always on time. Question tag: aren't I? In some cases, when we use imperatives, the question tag is won't you or will you. Examples: help me with this, won't you? Close the door, will you? In sentences starting with let us, we use shall we as the question tag. Examples: let us have dinner, shall we? Let us wait under the tree, shall we? Note: in negative question tags, we usually use short forms of the negatives haven't, aren't, etc.